Well, good morning. It's been a few days since we've videoed. I apologize for that. Here's an update on what's happening. We didn't get much corn. I went ahead and I let the boys come over and pick what we had, and they enjoyed it. What we did get was really tasty, but just something happened. It was growing, and then we had these almost hurricane force winds, and just that corn never did well after that. But we did get a couple of ears out of it. We got enough for the boys to say they picked corn, and that's really what that was all about. I guess I don't know if we've filmed since then, but because the spinach didn't come up because it got too hot too fast, we had Joshua replant green beans, and he likes green beans. So those are beginning to come up. Whatever happened to the corn also happened to the bush beans. They were fine. And then I think it just got too hot too fast. It was like 103, 104 in my backyard, and that was in the end of May and in beginning of June. So it was just too darn hot, too quick. So anyway, today I'm going to till that dirt up and let all that rest. Probably get some visqueen or something and cover that and let the sun kill everything underneath it, and just let the green beans grow, and then figure out what will grow next. Connor squash did very well for what we had. I've come to realize if we want to have any great big kind of crop, that plants like that, you kind of just need to do a whole row. But if you remember, we just planted it so he would have something to grow, and it did well. I mean, we got enough squash out of there, really nice squash out of there, that the boys took it home, and they had 3 or 4 good side dishes of squash with their dinner. So we did well. The tomatoes, this is interesting. As much as I had been obsessing over these tomatoes, I actually had to cut them back because they were doing what they do. They grow wild, and it was a day late and $1 short. But I started planting. I put in some of these, ran some string, just to get all those tomatoes up off of the ground. I mean, I lost half a dozen, and they turn out beautiful, and then you find them and they're rotten. See over here? How beautiful are those? And then for them to just sit in the ground and rot. So I did this trellis, trying to get them up off of the ground, and that's worked. But you remember how much I'd been obsessing about those tomato plants and worrying about them. Well, besides what I've already given away, look at this. I mean, these are beautiful. I mean, this one's about to be ripe. Sorry about that. This one's about to be ready to use. Look at the size of these suckers. Look at the size of these suckers. Look at this boy right here. And they're ugly tomatoes, but they're heirloom tomatoes. I don't think they're supposed to be picture pretty. And then I've actually got a couple that are in the windowsill in the kitchen, and so I've picked them as well. I mean, look at the size of that thing, man. I mean, there's my hand. Here's a regular glove, and then my hand, and the vines are just full of tomatoes like that. So knock on wood, don't want to jinx it. Looks like we're going to get the tomatoes I've been obsessing about. I'm thinking next year that I may bring this bed out, oh man, another 10 feet, and plant these plants farther apart, but it looks like if I do that, then I can get, was there 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get 8 plants out and give those tomatoes enough room to grow, because as it stands right now, I mean, you remember how this was? I even made a walkway through here. As it stands now, you can't even walk through there. There's a step back in there. And these plants will grow all summer long. So anyway, Mortgage Lifter tomatoes, I give them 2 thumbs up. I've got to hold my phone. Give them 2 thumbs up. And we'll be using these again. So that's the update. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye-bye now.